Hey guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to take a look at INZOI's Creative Studio, where it has not just the ZOI creator, but the build mode as well. I got the Steam code via a Twitch drop, and I just kind of wanted to check it out. I've already made a good amount of ZOIs with the ZOI creator. If you haven't checked out that video and you want to take a look at all the ones that I made on the last demo, I'll leave a link to that here. But today I just kind of wanted to jump into build mode, and I am not myself much of a builder, so I didn't mess around with that too much. One of the first things I noticed with build mode is that there are preset properties you can use. Thank goodness, because I cannot build at all. So I will be using preset properties or properties that other players have made. There are a ton of options here just to kind of get you started, and I can't even imagine the things that people are going to create. What's nice to see is that there's a bunch of different styles, a bunch of different vibes, so kind of whatever you vibe with is going to be here for you, or someone's going to make it, or you can make it yourself. There's just so much that you can do with this game in terms of customization, which is what we want, which is awesome. So I love to see it. I am going to be customizing things once we really get in here and get going all the time, every little thing, so I'm really excited. The game seems to be running really smooth, but you know, I was trying to revert to Sims controls. Speaking of Sims, the very first thing I did was put down a car. Surprisingly, this is the only one. I hope there are going to be more in the actual game, but this is the only one that you can buy right now. I thought I'd also give making custom furniture a try, just to see how that would work and how that kind of functions and placing that in the world. Pretty easy, pretty simple, and nice to have, especially for people that, you know, really want to go crazy with the customization. Here I tried to kind of make a little garage just to kind of test out how the building features work. It was a little weird for me. Again, I kept trying to do Sims controls, and then, like, as you can see, there's like a break in the wall because I didn't put it close enough. So yeah, this goes on for far too long, and I still can't put the car in the garage, but I don't care. Like I said, not gonna be building things. Do not care. So I would just like to say thank you in advance to all the really talented builders out there whose creations I will definitely be using. What I really was curious about is the 3D printing option, where you can upload a photo and then it 3D prints that object to be in the game. Wanted to see how well it worked. I didn't have high hopes, and well, yeah, it worked about as well as I kind of expected it to. So let's go ahead and take a look at that together. I tried a couple different objects, so let's see how it did. The first object that I tried was an octopus that my friend sculpted and painted. He worked actually pretty well. I'd say probably the best one out of all the ones that I've tried. Here is the picture that I've used for this. And then here is what the game gave me. It is actually much better than I expected it to be. However, it is facing vertically, so I would have to put it on the wall, and I had a heck of a time trying to figure out how to move it up so that it wouldn't be like on the floor on the wall. I wanted it like up higher, and for some reason I could not figure out how to move this thing up. Then I tried it again, but this time tried to make it laying flat so that I could put it like on a table or something, and still had that same problem. I couldn't figure out how to actually place it on a table, but it was, you know, uplifted off the ground, and I could move it up and down, rotate it from there. You can also make it bigger or smaller, so it did come out really big. This is like a miniature figure, so you know, you can make it smaller. I was trying to put it on this glass table, I could not. Then I thought it was kind of cool because it looks like he's in the table, but you know, I'm sure I'll figure it out the more I mess with it. It was just a little bit difficult. And then here I actually figured out how to move it up, but then I couldn't get it to be flush with the wall, so yeah, it was a little bit frustrating, to be honest. The next item I tried to make was from this picture here. I thought this skull with the flowers in its eyes would be a cool little decoration item, so it actually worked out kind of okay. except of course for when you turn it to the side, but let's not let's not even worry about that for now. And again, the object comes out huge, but that's okay because we can resize it. But overall, not bad. Like, it doesn't look horrible considering, and like if you put the angle right and like tuck it away somewhere, you're not even gonna notice that it has such a wonky side profile and that its head isn't really round. Like, from the right angle, it does look okay. Somebody, if you know, please help me. How do I like take this and put it on the shelf or on a table or something? Because like I could not figure it out and I would really like to. But anyway, moving on to something a little bit more difficult. The next thing I wanted to try was this picture of my Harley Quinn statue. Did not have high hopes. It could be worse. Again, maybe it will look okay from the right angle, but this is what the game gave me. She literally like has a hole in the middle of her if you look at it from the correct angle. It could be a lot worse. Not that this worked super great or anything, but my next attempt was going to be my sculpture of Frank. And yes, I know he's a little off if we're going off of Frank from the Harley Quinn show, but I love him anyway. That's the picture that I used for Frank, and then this is what the game gave me. Honestly, he looks, again, decent from this angle, but once you look at it from the side or anything, like, you realize just how bad it is. It's kind of nightmare fuel, especially Frank specifically. I tried to use the symmetrical feature. That was even worse. But again, it's my subject matter. If we were trying to do stuff that was a little bit more simple, which I'm gonna try probably this in another video, but I tried a couple different angles with Frank. I also tried Tim Burton's Bree Boy. Here's the picture that I used for that. Not too bad if we're just using him as a little bit, a little figure, a little decor item. The body is pretty bad, but again, if I could just put him on the table, like, cute. Not too horrible. But yeah, I mean, looking at Frank and Harley there, again, put him at the right angle and it could be worse. And then I tried some clay sushi that my friend and I made. And I think because this picture was rotated and I did not spend enough time messing with adjustment options, that this one came out kind of weird. And for some reason, like, the picture has a plate in it and it just does not want to see that as a plate. But again, if I size those things down and make them smaller, it's not horrible. The octopus is my absolute favorite. I think he came out really good, and I like the one that we just like stuck in the glass table. But yeah, I could see this being a usable feature. Maybe not for the things that I've tried to stick in here today. I'm sure some other people are going to come up with some better options, but it was fun to give it a try, and to be honest, it did work better than I expected. So yeah, that's really all I have for you today, guys. I was mostly curious about how the 3D printing feature was going to work. I'm definitely looking forward to making more zois and just playing INZOI in general. Please let me know if there's any zois you would like to see me create. I can't promise you I will do them, but if I like your idea and I'm inspired to do so, then I probably will. I would love to know what your plans are for INZOI, if there's objects that you think would be really cool to be 3D printed in this game. I'm definitely going to be playing a lot of INZOI. I am also working on another photo video for Nikki, but honestly, once INZOI comes out, I really want to check that out. I'm a longtime Sims player, so I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you in